And I think it's very productive for everyone to find that the right pace of practicing. And every day it can be different. One day you feel like your brain is so fast, and your hands are so easily, reacting to what your brain, whatever we call it, your soul, your heart, whatever, is trying to demand from your hands. So that day, the same actually Dorothy DeLay, remembered, she gave one analogy with driving the car. So you drive the car, and if it's unfamiliar road, you're not going to drive like 200 kilometers. Still you don't know where is the path is going to take you. If there's some maybe very unpredictable turn in the road, or there's maybe some hole or something. So you drive, and then you see that something is there, so you anticipate, so you slow down, or you have to adjust your wheel, right? You have to steer your wheel in that direction. So it's a good analogy, technical analogy. Of course, it's not artistic analogy. It's analogy when we practice, and while we practice, if you know that you anticipate the shift, for instance, I'm going to take my time, just not because it's difficult, because I want to be in between the hands. And the more we drive, the more we play the piece, the more those obstacles we find. Because our obstacles, unfortunately, are all the same. Besides intonation, it's string crossing, shiftings. What else? Basically, and bow changes. So whenever we have a shift, unless we want to hear that shift, it shouldn't be. So the different kind of shift, but it's already our creative part. We decide whether the shift is a technical necessity to go from one position to another. Somewhere, I think in the third page, I could hear a couple of the shifts which didn't really belong. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about, and towards the end of exposition. So those shifts you really need to work out, and the note before is the key element for the good shift. We need to sustain it a little bit longer. So enough of this part. I want you to just proceed to the dolce part, other octaves. Also, if you just play, means it's not an accompaniment, because the orchestra already played the tune, so again, this is a line with the octaves. Yeah. So we need to shape that line. Right. And in a way, we can apply the same idea I was talking about. Because of course, when we play octaves, usually there's a lower note, which is always leading. But here, he indicated that it's a dolce. So unfortunately, again, with the forefinger, we have to create something more continuous. Also more melodic line, because you're building it one, and then second time, and then always when we have we need to speak this, not just and there's certain moments, it's not written, but when composer creates this kind of tension, harmonic intervals, I mean, it demands certain timing. Timing is actually the most important expressive tool. Mm-hmm. We don't talk very often about it. I mean, I try to pay attention to this, because I think this is something very individual one needs to create, because every great artist has a different sense of the timing in particular piece. It's not just a tempo. Heifetz has incredible sense of timing, but he's playing a little bit faster than everyone else. It's not about the tempo. It's about the timing between the notes. And sometimes the silence between the notes is a real expressive tool. So can you try to play that in your tempo when you cannot pay attention? Because this is one line. I mean, it's not the end of the piece. It's just first step and then the second and third. And while you do this, engage your ears, engage your hands. So there's a more articulation and singing at the same time.